Big week ahead for retail. Ton of names set to report results, but the key one for many investors is Walmart. Of course, still the world's biggest retailer, even though we talk about Amazon a lot. But the stock is down compared to competitors like Target and aforementioned Amazon. So can Walmart deliver strong results? Joining us now to discuss is Scott Mushkin, analyst at Wolfe Research. So Scott, we want to start with Walmart, of course, because even though it's later in the week, a really, really big one. Of course, we know we're watching the key things like same-store sales, particularly in the U.S. We want to see that e-commerce growth number. But beyond that, we get a lot of commentary from the executives on that pre-recorded conference call. What are the details you're looking at in regards to how competitive Walmart is with its pricing, which at the end of the day is really key for that Walmart shopper?
I mean, it is. We're expecting 3 comp. We think they're going to have a solid quarter. But we've been writing extensively that it all goes through Bentonville. And what we mean by that is Walmart's so big, particularly in consumables, what they decide to do with pricing kind of dictates the entire market. So we'll definitely be listening for clues on that conference call or recorded call and what they're going to do with pricing. And Walmart's been very aggressive on their pricing here in the U.S., particularly in food. And it's hurt a lot of people, like a Kroger, for instance. So definitely looking to see what they're going to say. But if you're looking at our own proprietary research, it suggests Walmart continues to press pricing a little bit lower.
But you've got a hold rating on Walmart, even though it's underperformed some of those other names that we spoke about. What would it take for you to move your recommendation to a buy for Walmart? What would you need to see?
I mean, honestly, stopping the madness. And what I mean by that is the U.S. business is fantastic, run by Greg Foran, who's done a marvelous job turning around that business. The challenge is, I call them the foreign forays, and you're buying Flipkart. We had another $320 million investment today into China. And our biggest concern is they literally will take defeat from the jaws of victory. And what I mean by that is their U.S. business is so darn strong, yet they're spending so much money to try to compete with Amazon. And will that hurt the U.S. business? Will the call come in, hey, Greg, we need some more money out of the U.S.? That's what got the company into trouble back 5-10 years ago. And we're really worried it's going to get them into trouble again.
I have been so impressed, though. I mean, yes, they're playing the Amazon game with their online strategy, but so far it's been very impressive. With the growth. Is that going to continue? I mean, when all is said and done, what role will online play for Walmart's strategy?
So I think it's going to play a part, and I think when you look at their online business, you can't forget that includes their click and collect. That's the grocery pickup at store, and they've been adding a lot of click and collect locations. They're going to go from 1,000 to 2,000. That all goes through that e-commerce number. So I think it's going to play a portion or play a role with Walmart. But Walmart's best assets are those supercenter assets. All our research shows that consumers still really like them, that they have a unique position in a lot of their communities. And I see them chasing Amazon overseas. This is Walmart, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It almost reminds me of something my dad used to say to me. There's always going to be someone bigger. There's someone who's going to be stronger. Amazon's always going to be bigger than better than Walmart at e-commerce. And so I think they should play their game. I think they should put their focus on the U.S. and the Americas and really focus on those supercenter assets. Clearly e-commerce will have a place there, but we think strategically is the challenge. You asked me what would take me to upgrade it. I think a change in strategy to really focus on the U.S. and the Americas, that would do it.
If I can ask you real quickly, Scott, we're about out of time, but if I can move just a touch beyond Walmart and talk about Home Depot, I believe that's in your coverage, and they're also reporting next week. If you could just kind of give us the headlines, what investors need to look for out of that report.
What's happening with Home Depot is everyone's concerned about housing. Where are we going on housing? A lot of the numbers in housing haven't been that great. So I think people are thinking the quarter is going to be fine. We're looking for a 7% comp. But really all the discussion with investors now is, as we look to 2019, are we going to see housing slow? We also, I would point out, we go over the hurricane comps from last year. And so really, there's not a lot of concern about the quarter. It's really about the future.
Always about the future with all these retailers.